What do you fans want to see? A big swing, kind of a middle swing like what Dibs is saying, or what I'm going to vote for?
No swing.
No swing.
Yep.
Why? What is this like? What are you chasing right now? Jimmy Butler got hurt.
You're chasing next year.
Well, then deal with that in the offseason. I was interested in what you were saying there a second ago about like you think the Warriors are going to do kind of a Niners level trade deadline. They'll do something, but it'll be underwhelming, not poppy, not flashy. You brought up Moses Moody and Buddy Hield.
Right.
By the way, real quick reaction to what you're saying. I think that that's a PR nightmare. I think what you just described is not a good PR week for the Golden State Warriors. So you're going to bench Jonathan Kuminga for the better part of the season. Then he gets hurt. Now you're not going to trade him after everyone's been expecting that you're going to trade him. But you're going to go grab one of these kind of popular people over here on the side.
Sure.
That don't make a whole lot of money, right? You got Buttard and you got Moses Moody, who, boy, these two players just never hurt a damn soul.
Right.
And you're going to trade them for what?
For
what are you getting
something?
out of this?
You're probably getting, maybe it's an expiring guy who's making about, Moses makes 11.5. Then it's 12.5.
Yeah.
Then it's 13.5. So if you're another team out there and you like the player, then you're thinking, okay, you can have our vet, because that's all the Warriors have is vets.
Why would they want expiring money?
The Warriors?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you want... I mean, Moses Moody, he's a good player, but you might want somebody who can help you more than Moses can.
I mean, and you're going to get that to match his $11 million?
I'm just not...
I don't know.
I mean, maybe you aggregate he and Buddy, and now you're looking at $20 million, $21 million.
And the acquiring team wants the Buddy and Moses for your... Why?
You want Moses because he's a good rotational player who's at a very team-friendly price. And Buddy, I think, has next year and then a player option. So
yeah, I hear where you are. I just, that feels unlikely that somebody who's going to help, and that makes sense. And from a PR standpoint, you're going to trade away these two like strong locker room presence, not that expensive players in order to do what? If that exists, then I'll stand up and say I didn't see that one coming. That I'm having a hard time envisioning who that person would be. I'm preparing myself for of the three things we just threw out. Warrior deadline, what do you fans want to see? A big swing, kind of a middle swing like what Dibs is saying, or what I'm going to vote for?
No swing.
No swing.
Yep.
I don't like, why? What is this like? What are you chasing right now? Jimmy Butler got hurt.
You're chasing next year. That's what you're chasing.
Well, then deal with that in the offseason.
And you can, and that's
what I would do.
I think that is the most likely thing because, Mike Dunleavy doesn't come out and talk about demand unless there actually is no demand. Like, I think that comment as we get further away from it when he said, to make a demand, there has to be demand. Why would he do that if there actually was demand? I think that would kind of like ruin their ability to trade Jonathan Kuminga. And so he said what he said. Yeah. Kuminga played, Kuminga got hurt. And so now, for me, the whole idea of Kuminga being traded at the deadline, it's not off the table, but it's a lot less likely, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I still think that there's a decent chance of it because I think this whole, I just think it's a big old smokescreen from everybody. I really do. I think this idea that the rest of the league is not interested, I don't agree. I don't believe it. But maybe. But even if the league is kind of interested, that does not mean that there's a great deal for the Warriors to make. And I think the Jimmy Butler injury takes the urgency out of this. This may really tick off Jonathan and his agent, Aaron Turner, because I know they badly want out. But if I'm the Warriors and there's no good deal right now, there's no urgency to do this. They're not freaking out to go win a championship. You're not that close. I would be ready to hold on to him and deal with this in July.
Yeah, here we go again. Yeah. Another summer of hey, Jonathan, we want to sign and trade you. We want to give you a deal. Instead of just us picking up your option, we're going to tear up the option and sign you to 3 years and whatever, and we're going to trade you somewhere. How's that sound?
I'll tell you what, this is a horrible comp because nobody wants to hear about, when you're comparing an NBA athlete that makes millions and has tons of fans to somebody in our industry or your industry. But this industry, I've had this happen to me multiple times. where a boss would sit there and be like, we're doing this, and it's going to be within the next 2 to 3 months. Now it's going to be the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
And a year later, you're still sitting there looking at the boss like, so how about now? Yeah, working on it. I mean, you got to deal with this. Companies do this to employees. They just do. And I know we don't think of it the same way when it's somebody who makes $22.5 million a year and is high profile. But yeah, the Warriors can do this if they want. They can absolutely kick the can down the road yet again.
And I think they will unless they come up with a deal that they actually love. And that makes the most sense for them, because the more I was thinking about it today is there's no trade out there that gets them from where they are. Jimmy's hurt. Steph and Draymond are declining. There's no trade out there that gets you from where you are to, oh my God, they might do it this year.
Right.
But is there something you can do to get a little bit better now and then get in the offseason, find something to do with Kuminga, and then you get better in the offseason and then Jimmy Butler comes back? Yeah, that to me is the most likely route that they should take. And that is, it's unfortunate because if you're a now person, it's not going to be now.
No. Yeah, and that's like all of this is a hard pill to swallow for everybody, Jonathan included. I don't think Kuminga and Wiggins is a straight deal. I don't think Miami will do that for a straight. They'd be like, why? Why? Like, Andrew Wiggins is really producing this year. So I think that they would ask for you to attach a pick or more capital or whatever. I'd also say, by the way, that's flirting with not being a mid-deal. That's a pretty, like, I get that it's
that's
not,
a big deal,
it's not Giannis, but that's a large deal. Jonathan Kuminga and whatever, and Andrew Wiggins is coming back. We're talking about players that are making in the 20s. I understand we're not talking superstars, but that's at least medium large. That deal.
Yeah, and it would have to be bigger because Trade Machine says this trade failed.
Right.
Wiggins is making 28. Kuminga's making 22.
No, the Warriors would have to throw in more.
Right. I even threw in Melton into the mix, and you still need to cut another $84,000 from what comes back. So you'd have to kind of juggle the money. It would have to be Kuminga and more than just that.
Huh. What does Melton make?
Melton makes the minimum, $3 million, 3.080.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, see, that's where you could probably, wait a minute, Kuminga plus Melton
is just short of $26 million. Kuminga's making $22.5.
All right. Does it work if instead of Melton you put in Buddy and a pick?
Right. I mean, the picks you don't have to put in the machine.
No,
it's just all about the money.
Right. I'm just telling you, you'd have to put in a pick. Like you're asking Miami
Probably,
to take.
yeah.
Does that work?
Kuminga and Buddy, sure.
For Wiggins?
Oh, yeah.
It works?
Boom.
You got a green?
Kaboom.
Hey.
Yeah, the analysis is the Warriors' projected wins go down by 11. Hi, this is Andrew Wiggins. I played great for 2 months, and that's about it.
See, and I would argue that in this moment, I understand it scratches the itch of we want to see something happen, but that deal, I find that's pointless. What does that do? How many more years has Wiggins got on the deal?
He's got 2 more years.
2 more years after this one?
I believe so, yeah.
Or this one and one more?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I think it's a significant thing because the Warriors do not want to take on money beyond next year.
Wiggins has a player option for next year.
Oh, thank you.
Just for next year?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I mean,
$30 million player option.
I mean, I'm listening.
Right.
I'm listening. I don't know who the hell you need to cut next year in order to make that all work.
So next year you got Steph making 62, Jimmy's making 57, Day-Day's making 28. So that right there is a clean 145 plus Wiggins is 30.
But you're off Kuminga and Buddy, who were going to make that much.
Kuminga not on the books for next year. It's a team option.
Right.
So, and Buddy's making 9.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's a team option. You can pick it up. So
right. Well, that would be a sign and trade, I think, in the offseason is what, the most likely thing would be for Kuminga.